If you're getting ready to sell your home in Garland, you may be looking at your kitchen countertops and thinking, these are dated. Do I need to replace them before I sell? My answer is not necessarily. One of the biggest mistakes sellers can make is confusing dated with damaged. I'm Ginger McCallum, a realtor serving Garland, Texas, and the surrounding DFW communities. Today, I'm going to show you how I decide whether countertops are actually worth replacing. And I'll tell you about a recent home where we kept some very dated laminate countertops and they ended up looking great. Dated doesn't automatically mean replace it. Before you replace your countertops because they're old, look at their condition. Are they cracked, chipped, burned, severely stained, or discolored? Are the edges damaged or sections starting to separate? Those are reasons we may want to talk about replacement. But if your countertops are clean, functional, and in good condition, I don't automatically recommend replacing them just because they're an older style. There's a big difference between, I wouldn't choose these if I were remodeling today, and these countertops are hurting the way the kitchen presents to buyers. We're preparing your existing kitchen to sell. We're not remodeling it for the next owner. The wood grain laminate countertops we kept. I recently worked with a home that had wood grain laminate countertops. They were definitely dated, but they were also in great condition. The oak cabinets were a different story. They were worn and they were making the kitchen feel kind of tired. So instead of replacing perfectly good countertops, we painted the cabinets white. And you know what? Those old wood grain laminate countertops looked great with the white cabinets. The kitchen felt completely different, and we didn't spend money replacing something that was still functional. That's why I always want to look at the whole kitchen before deciding what needs to go. Should you replace laminate with quartz? If you have laminate countertops, you may be wondering if you need to replace them with quartz before you sell. Not automatically. Would quartz look newer? Probably, but that's not the question I want you asking. I want you to ask, will replacing these countertops make enough difference in how buyers perceive this particular kitchen to justify what I'm going to spend? If the laminate's clean, intact, and in good condition, there may be absolutely nothing wrong with leaving it. Popular doesn't automatically mean profitable, and newer doesn't automatically mean necessary. Watch out for the countertop domino effect. Before you replace your countertops, ask yourself one question. Where does this project stop? Because here's what can happen. You replace the countertop. Now the backsplash doesn't look right, so you replace that. Then the sink looks dated. Then you need a new faucet. And now the cabinet hardware doesn't seem to work. Suddenly, your countertop project has turned into a partial kitchen remodel. That's how a seller's pre-listing budget can get away from them very quickly. Before you start an update, think about what else that update may cause you to change. Know where the project stops before you start. Look at the whole kitchen first. Before spending money on new countertops, take a step back and look at your whole kitchen. Look at the cabinets, lighting, flooring, backsplash, hardware, appliances, and then ask, what's actually making this kitchen feel tired or dated? In the home with the wood grain laminate countertops, the countertops weren't really the problem. The worn oak cabinets were. Once we painted those cabinets white, the existing countertops suddenly worked. Nothing about the countertop changed. The context around it changed. That's why I want to identify the real problem before we start spending a seller's money on a solution. So, should you replace your kitchen countertops before selling your Garland home? If they're significantly damaged, severely discolored, or they're negatively affecting an otherwise attractive kitchen, maybe. But if they're simply older and still in good condition, I wouldn't automatically replace them. Look at the whole kitchen first and ask whether replacing those countertops will make enough difference to justify the investment. Sometimes the smartest update is the one you don't make. I'm Ginger McCallum, realtor serving Garland, Texas and the surrounding DFW communities. If you're preparing to sell and aren't sure what you should update, visit my Smart Updates Before Selling Resource Center. And if you're curious what your home may be worth, ask me about my Epic Pricing Strategy Report. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.